There is so much I could say about this topic, but let's get straight to the hypocrisy sandwich being served cold today.
I'm sick of being just a weekend dad.
Alright folks, buckle up, because today's episode is about a Texas family law attorney who's now crying foul, Michelle O'Neill. Yeah, the same Michelle O'Neill who stood before the Texas Supreme Court and argued that when a parent walks into a courtroom, they're essentially handing over their children to the state. Don't believe me? Here's the receipt.
Can work things out among themselves. They do not need to seek court intervention. But whenever two fit parents, and I think the Family Law Council did a very good job of talking about this and talking about the Stillwell case, but when two fit parents cannot reach agreements, then they seek court intervention and they turn over to the court their constitutional right to make decisions on behalf of their children because they can't agree.
Now, Michelle, fast forward to today. You're on social media clutching your pearls, practically in tears because a Dallas judge had the audacity to file a grievance against you at the state bar, saying it was misconduct, that you were unethical, that the court was toxic, and you were the victim. Aw, poor baby. How does it feel when the system you've helped weaponize turns against you? Let's rewind real quick for the people who don't know. Chris Clay lost the mother of his child in a car accident. Tragedy, pain, trauma. He spends over $300,000, yes, $300,000, fighting for sole custody of his own kid because mom's 6-month boyfriend decided he wanted to play daddy. And who was standing in court arguing against this grieving father? Michelle freaking O'Neill. Arguing that some dude with 6 months of shared Netflix and pizza rolls had just as much right to this kid as the biological father, because the child had formed an attachment. Are you listening to this crap? So Michelle, now you want the public to care that your reputation is under attack? You want sympathy? You want justice? Girl, you argued to strip a father of his child after he buried the mother. You told the highest court in Texas that once we walk into court, our children become the state's. Well, guess what? You walked into court. Now you're living in the world you helped build. You don't get to play the victim now. Not after standing on that Supreme Court floor and pushing parental rights off a cliff. Not after helping set legal precedent that enables the state to intrude on fit parents simply because someone else feels attached. We've got parents all over this country going broke, losing hope, and losing their kids, while attorneys like Michelle O'Neill profit off the chaos and then act shocked when a judge finally pushes back. Cry harder. This is exactly why the system is broken, because when people like her are leading the charge and then flipping out when they get even a taste of accountability, it tells you everything. Michelle, if you're watching this, you aren't the victim. You're just on the other side of the knife for once. No sympathy, no tears, no violin. Just the same cold courtroom floor you wanted parents like Chris Clay to crawl across. This is the pissed off parent. If you think this is bad, just wait. The people are waking up and we're not backing down. Pissed off parent, out!